Hello and welcome to this Week 7 edition of Big Game Bound. I'm Chris Hagan, reminding you that real men wear pink. 6 teams on a bye this week, so just 13 games on the slate. Set your fantasy rosters accordingly. And yeah, our marquee matchup this week is a Sunday afternoon contest in Baltimore. The streaking Ravens hosting division rival Cincinnati. For a look at this one, let's bring in NFL senior writer for The Athletic. He's Stephen Holder. Stephen, you were in Baltimore for that epic comeback win by the Ravens, fueled by Lamar Jackson. This guy looking every bit the MVP part that he's done before in his career.
He does, and he's throwing the football, I think, more effectively than he ever has, and throwing it down the field in many cases, being an attacking deep ball thrower and doing it pretty accurately. So I think as a passer, he's actually grown. And then when you factor in his role in the running game, we know how dangerous Baltimore is there. And they've done it this year with a host of running backs with all these injuries they've had. So definitely the Baltimore offense is definitely rolling right now.
Earlier this week, we heard John Harbaugh calling out some of the critics of Lamar thus far in his career, and very defensive and protective of his quarterback. And that's huge in this league when you think about players when they know that their coach has their back. And I think you can see that confidence growing and growing with Lamar, and that relationship is a huge part of it.
Yeah, and and John Harbaugh should be defensive because they have built their entire offense around their quarterback, as they should. He's a very unique talent, and one of the reasons teams have trouble defending the Ravens is because they have to account for the quarterback in such a different manner than they do other teams. So he's definitely a different breed of quarterback, and frankly, the critics were wrong about him. They frankly were absolutely wrong on Lamar Jackson, and John Harbaugh, he definitely has the last laugh here.
When you think about how elusive he can be and just the explosive speed that he has when plays do break down, and now you mentioned the throwing the football, that led the comeback win over the Colts. I mean, how can you even game plan for a guy like this when you're looking at the Bengals' perspective, thinking, hey, this is an important division game, and we're facing the hottest quarterback in the league right now?
Yeah, it goes back to what I was saying earlier, which is most times when you play various teams, you plan for their running game. It's pretty conventional. With the Ravens, we know they run the ball well. They had this long streak of 100-yard rushing games going. They got back to a 100-yard rushing game last week. What they do is they have an effective running scheme, but then there's also the quarterback element, and that is why it's so difficult. So you have an extra player who comes into the equation as a variable. Most of the time, most Sundays, you aren't planning for the quarterback when it comes to the running game. The quarterback's handing the ball off. In Baltimore, he may just well keep it and run for a lot of yards.
On the other side of the field for the Bengals, you got Joe Burrow. He, too, a Heisman Trophy winner. Coming back from a catastrophic injury, he's made some plays this year. And when you think about division games, they always count twice. So a lot riding on this one for the Bengals as well.
Yeah, one of the things I like about Joe Burrow is I think you can see the confidence in him, especially coming off a knee injury. It's so hard for quarterbacks oftentimes to regain that confidence, to stand in the pocket when you've suffered an injury like that, particularly the way his happened. He has seemed to regain that and is playing with a lot of confidence, throwing the ball effectively, accurately. Those are the things that show growth in a young quarterback. And really, I mean, the Bengals' hopes are in large part because of his growth and emergence this year.
Well, we've seen the Baltimore home field advantage. It is truly something to behold. You give the Bengals a shot in this one, or is this Ravens all the way?
Give them a shot. It's going to be tough, though. I tell you, Baltimore has really, since in the last 5 quarters, they have been extremely impressive. So it's going to take an absolute well-rounded effort to pull it off. I like Baltimore in this game.
Week 7, we're almost halfway through the season, a longer season this year. If you're thinking 2 or 3 teams to look out for heading toward the Super Bowl, we in the media love to do that. Who are your 2 or 3 favorites right now? I think maybe Baltimore is one of those teams.
I think Baltimore is a team that we're going to have to start paying more attention to. Look, they were a team that we had some doubts about entering the season, but I think in the AFC now, we've seen some vulnerability, even with Buffalo this week. The defense and some of the plays that they gave up against Tennessee. Baltimore might be the most well-rounded team out there in the AFC right now. Certainly the Chargers had a rough performance coming off last week. So, look, Baltimore is the team, I think, to watch right now, and they're slowly and steadily building into the team they want to be.
In the NFC, I got Cowboys beating the Bucks in the NFC Championship game. We'll check back here when it's all said and done. Stephen Holder for The Athletic, thanks for your time. We'll talk to you again soon.
Glad to do it.
Week 7 starts with the Thursday night game in Cleveland as the Broncos visit the Browns. Here with the latest from the Dog Pound is our PJ Ziegler.
Not only is it a back-against-the-wall must-win kind of game for the Browns, but 19 of their players are listed on the team's injury report. That includes quarterback Baker Mayfield, who will miss Thursday's game with a torn labrum. Case Keenum has been named the starting quarterback. Keenum's best season was in 2017 in Minnesota when he worked closely with now Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski, who was the team's quarterbacks coach and started 14 games for the NFC North champion Vikings.
I'm built for this. This is what I've done my whole career, not knowing if I'm going to start up until the game time, to not knowing who's out there with me, to introducing myself to players while I'm calling a play type stuff. So, I'm excited. What better chance to take advantage of an opportunity than on Thursday Night Football.
And to add insult to injury, the Browns will be without their top 2 running backs in Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb. Chubb was ruled out for Thursday's game with a calf injury, and his running mate Kareem Hunt was placed on the injured reserve list on Tuesday with a calf injury. That means Dearness Johnson and Demetric Felton will see significant playing time for the top-ranked rushing team in the league.
Everybody got the confidence. We all got the confidence. Just next man up mentality. We just got to go out there and just execute. Everybody just, basically everybody just saying, just go out there and just, do my job. That's what we got to do. We just got to go out there. We all got to go out there and do our job. So that's every week. So nothing doesn't change.
The Browns have one win against the Denver Broncos in the last 13 meetings. One win in the last 13 meetings dating back to 1991. That lone win coming in 2018, a 1-point victory. For Big Game Bound, I'm PJ Ziegler.
Okay, thanks, PJ. Here's the rest of the 1 o'clock Eastern games on Sunday. Washington visits Green Bay. The Falcons travel to Miami. And the Jets take on the Patriots in Foxborough. The Panthers will be taking on the Giants. In Nashville, the Chiefs will lock horns with the AFC South leading Titans. With the latest from the Music City, here's our Corey Curtis.
Well, it's from one ridiculously difficult challenge to the next for the Tennessee Titans. Of course, Monday night, they beat MVP favorite Josh Allen and the Bills. This Sunday, they host Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. Now, Mahomes is still putting up those silly numbers, 1,800 yards passing, 18 touchdowns. This year, though, he's turning it over, 8 interceptions.
It's going to be the same kind of keys that we had last week. We have to affect the quarterback, find a way to make him feel uncomfortable back there. Have to be physical against his receivers because we can't just let those guys just run down the field full speed because they have a lot of speed out there. And we just got to find a way to get turnovers.
They're going to make plays, but it's just like I said, how can we affect the quarterback? By getting inside of the pocket. Same with Mahomes, we're getting ready this week. We got to figure out how can we affect him.
Well, the Titans have injury problems in the secondary at absolutely the wrong time. Both Christian Fulton and first-round pick Caleb Farley are on injured reserve. And on the other side, of course, there's Derrick Henry. The entire world knows about Henry at this point, leading the league with almost 800 yards rushing. And now he's going to face one of the worst run defenses in the NFL in Kansas City. Henry's averaging 130 yards a game, while the Chiefs are giving up $133. So if both sides just have an average game, it's going to be a big day for number 22. Now, the last time these two teams met, the 2020 AFC Championship game, the Titans have actually had a lot of success against the Chiefs. They're 4-1 in their last 5 meetings, and Andy Reid only 1-3 at Nissan Stadium. In Nashville, I'm Corey Curtis.
Thanks, Corey. In the 4 o'clock window, it's the Eagles at the Raiders, the winless Lions at the Rams. Texans will be visiting the undefeated Cardinals, and the Bears travel to Tampa to take on the defending champion Buccaneers. In primetime, Sunday night, an intriguing matchup between the Colts and 49ers. Let's get the latest on the horseshoe with our Dave Griffiths.
Who's the best deep ball thrower in the NFL? Well, the stats say it's the Colts' Carson Wentz, leading the league in passer rating and throws 10 yards or more downfield.
To hit some of those and have some short drives with some explosive plays, you could definitely say that's some chemistry again, kind of the whole offense coming together and figuring out what we can do.
I think that Carson is playing well. Really happy with the progress he's made that we've made as an offense.
Key in creating those chunk plays is a developing confidence between Wentz and his receivers.
Every week it keeps getting better, and I think that's just a testament to those guys and how hard they work, and coaches putting all of those guys in the best chance for success and utilizing what they all do well.
As the Colts' downfield passing attack improved through the first few weeks of the season, one unit on the team had a unique confidence that it could get to this point. The defense, after experiencing it firsthand throughout the preseason and training camp.
Whenever you see Carson throw the ball, he got that capability to bomb it deep. Any offense would love to take their shots, and it's just about making them. And I think that they've been able to do that, last game. I think they'll be able to do that going forward.
Hitting those big plays in San Francisco this Sunday could be a challenge, as the 49ers don't give them up too often. Top 10 in the league in yards allowed per play. For Big Game Bound, I'm Dave Griffiths.
Hey, thanks, Dave. And rounding out Week 7 will be the Monday night game in Seattle. The Russell Wilson-less Seahawks hosting the New Orleans Saints. And that brings us to Peyton's Picks, our weekly chat with Jared Payton in Chicago. He is the son of sweetness. 2-1 last week, JP. Your only loss? Yeah, picking with your heart, taking the Bears over the Packers. Lesson learned. Let's get it going this week. Let's start with the Chiefs at the Titans.
All right, Chris. The Titans, they're coming off that big win over the Bills. The Chiefs, they bounced back after the loss to the Bills. And to beat Washington, the Titans, though, they're giving up yards on defense, but one of the things that they're good at is containing opposing teams' tight ends. So I think this is a way where they find a way not to really cancel out Travis Kelce, but they find a way to be able to slow him down. He's like the key that keeps that offense moving, always find ways to be able to get silky, get in the middle of the field. They slow that down. KC's defense as a unit has allowed the 5th most yards per game in football, 410.5 yards per game. So and also rushing, when you look at that side, 133.2 yards per game on the ground. To me, too much King Henry, man. If you have watched this man play, it's not fair. He is the cheat code. So I'm going to say that the Titans control the game on the ground, and they ground and pound. And anytime that King Henry is on the field, they find a way to get it done. I think the Tennessee Titans, my old squad, they get the W.
Now, Jarrett, I compare very few players to your father. But you watch Derrick Henry, it's just like your old man. You think about every time he gets the ball, don't turn your head, you're going to miss something special.
Hey, Chris, though, I'm going to tell you this. My dad wasn't that fast. He wasn't running 21.8 miles per hour. So just to be able to see a guy 247 pounds run that fast, man, he gets pulled over in residential areas in my neighborhood. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, he's definitely got something special. Let's take it now to Las Vegas, the Eagles paying a visit to the Raiders.
And I'm going to tell you right now, I can't believe I'm saying this. Derek Carr, man, he is on a hot streak, man. 341 yards against the Broncos. And I love the fact that that's the 4th game that he's had 300-plus passing yards this season. He is on a tear. And I'm not sold, Chris, on Philly's defense or offense. I just don't know who they are, especially on the offensive side of the ball. The offense of Las Vegas has been explosive all season long. They find ways to get it done. And seeing what Derek Carr has been able to do, especially with all the stuff that we know has been going on and transpired over this year with John Gruden, they have found a way to kind of get back on track. And so not being sold, especially on that Philly offense, I'm going with Derek Carr and that Las Vegas team. They get the dub.
Looks like the Raiders are definitely refocused. Let's wrap it up. Peyton's Picks. Saints at Seattle. No Russell Wilson. They are banged up. Can they get the job done at home?
Well, the Saints, they're coming off the bye week. So to me, as a former player, I love the fact that you get a little bit more time to kind of focus in on the team that you're going to play next. So I think that kind of favors into some of my decision. Jameis Winston completing 60% of his passes, 892 yards, 12 touchdowns, only 3 interceptions. You like seeing those interceptions down. And, man, I think offensively they're going to be a little bit too much. Who would have ever thought, Chris, that we'd be talking about Seattle and talking about one of the worst defenses in the league, right? I mean, the Legion of Boom, what they're known for. Pete Carroll has to be pulling out his hair trying to figure out how to get this defense back on track. You said it, no Russell Wilson. So I don't know if that means that Geno Smith can be that guy to lead them to a victory. I really don't think so. I think the Seahawks, they find a way to be able to lose this one. They keep it close, but I think is going to be too much of that Saints offense. The Saints, they get the win.
All right, Jared, I smell 3-0. Let's recap Peyton's picks for this week. He likes the Titans at home over the Chiefs. He likes the Raiders at home over the Eagles. And going on the road, he'll take the Saints at Seahawks. Good luck, JP. We'll see how you do, and we'll talk to you next week.
See you, Chris.
And now it's time for this week's Open Mic segment, sound bites from around the league with some real talk from players and coaches.
Sometimes you black out on the field, in a good way. I definitely blacked out from a concussion, which isn't a good way. But I looked up in the stands, and in the front row, all I saw was a woman giving me the double bird. So I'm not sure exactly what came out of my mouth next.
It just came down funny, and that's what it was. And as I said, someone we checked out, I'll be fine. Can promise you that. Great timing going into the bye week, but as I said, y'all can have fun with it this week.
Just talk about the emotions of that play. You hit the game winner, you're celebrating, and then you got a pain in your leg.
Yeah, I was just like, no way. Life keeps throwing punches, and I'm gonna keep throwing them back.
It's less about figuring somebody out. So I do think if you're looking for your headline here, I do think that people who make those statements are kind of whistling in the graveyard just a little bit.
When that whistle blows, man, it's the same as any other game, and the emotions will be out the window by then. So they're really out the window by now, I guess. It would be selfish of me to have any of that going into this game.
It's a little personal. If you want to say it, I guess. Yeah, they drafted me. I poured my heart and soul out in in that organization for 4 years that I was there, and it's gonna be interesting.
It'll be shown for a long time, but you kind of have to just kind of move on to the next play, and at least I'll be able to say we won the football game after that.
So not to dwell on it, but did you actually watch that play in the film? Does that actually come up?
Oh yeah, I watched it. Everybody started laughing. I mean, that's pretty much all you could, including myself.
I will play well. I don't know who the tackle is and I'm going against, but I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill him, and the other guy too on the other side, and I'm gonna play extremely well, and I'm gonna make plays for my team. And I'm gonna set us up to win this game for sure.
And that will do it for us. Join us every Thursday starting at 12 noon Eastern or anytime you'd like after that. For Jared, Peyton, and all of our Next Star correspondents, I'm Chris Hagan. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on Big Game Bound.